Hello? Is this thing on? Hi friends, how's it going? I hope you're all doing well. Hi Sin, and hi anyone who is lurking. Hello. I'm here. Boom. Smooth transition as always. I'm wearing the Bluetooth headset today because it's easier when I'm crafting and running around. Porpoise, hi. Let's see, we don't need the feeties today. I can just put you up. Let me talk you through what my plan is for today. Yeah, I'll go back here. So, pretty smooth. Hi, Pre. Welcome on in, friends. I hope you're all doing well. Let's see. Okay, this paper I'll need later. So, when doing a Corvid cosplay, I'll want to make myself some small wings. Like, it'll be a humanoid. So, not massive wings, because I'll be making talons on my hands as well. So just a small set of itty-bitty wings on my upper arms, just to emulate, like, yeah, that was once a wing, but now they're grabby hands. And then a tail as well. So what I did, as many of you will know, I have an African grey, a rescue bird called Nikki, who's currently vibing with Sen. And because he's my rescue, and he tends to eat away at his own feathers, any feathers that I could find for a long while that had fallen out instead of being plucked, I have kept. And because he's an African grey, he has a red tail, and it's very easy to see, you know, which feathers are from the tail, which ones are from the wing. Now, the tail feathers have some snips taken out of them. And then we have wing feathers. So let's see if I can identify which side, because this one looks... So if you are well versed in bird anatomy, you'd be able to tell exactly which part of the wing these are from, and not just on which side. I am not that well versed in bird anatomy, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. It looks like most of these came from his right wing. Ah, yes. This was a very painful blood pen, I remember that. That one broke off. Pretty nasty, poor thing. Yeah, these are the feathers that carry the weight when they fly, like the big wing feathers. These, because a wing has multiple layers of feathers to it, these would be on top. So these would be the ones that carry the weight, and these would be over top here, a bit like overlapping, like so. Those are from the wing tip, the long ones? Yes. And these are the tail. And you can also see in the tail that there's two different types. See, these are the longer ones that stick out and are the ones that they use to correct and balance with. And these are just to protect that part. They'll be like so, basically. So yeah, there's different layers to it. You can also clearly see that there's a top and a bottom, not just from the curve, but also the color and the shininess, and yeah. And on these especially, you can see that it's not straight in the middle. The what do you call this? The vein? Because these are shorter than these in the way they're curved. See that? You can tell this one's asymmetrical too. I think you go here. But yeah, as you can see, they have one, like more than one type. Many different shapes and sizes of feathers. But yeah, they shed them naturally. So these are the ones that I picked up from his cage that he's shed naturally that still look kind of good. He's been going through a lot of stress in the past few years, so he's been getting fluffier and fluffier and getting less and less of these because he doesn't allow them to grow because A, it's very itchy. You know, because these pins grow in first essentially, and the rest of the feather is in this hard shell basically. So that's how they grow through the skin, and then they well, preening, they'll peel off that layer, and that's when the feather unfurls and grows further, right? But he usually doesn't get past this stage of it growing through the skin because it's just so itchy, and he's been plucking more, which means that he also sheds feathers naturally, so the feathers are not, he's not allowing them to grow back in. And now especially with these wing feathers, they are heavy. And when you have a full wing, they will all layer on top of each other and rest on top of each other, and then the weight is kind of divided. But if you have a single one of these sticking out, that is gonna move and get in the way, and you know, it's not very comfortable. So he doesn't allow them to grow back in, which is understandable. But we're now working with well, obviously we're working with a vet to see what we can do, and he not only has a proper UV light now, he also gets basically painkillers every day, which is also anti-inflammatory. He's getting more regular baths and things, so he's you know, we're working on it. But yeah, seeing this amount of feathers makes me sad because he basically has none of these at the moment. But also I need to remind myself that I have had this bird since I was 17. That's 15 years that I've gathered these from. So it looks a lot more dramatic than it is. Now, I'm gonna put them back in the jar, at least the wing ones, because what I want to focus on today is the tail. And these wing ones will come in handy another time, or maybe when I'm shaping the foam feather eventually to get because yeah, you can see it's a lot of variety, and there's little bits and pieces just split or missing or folded back in on itself here in this one. It'll be a great reference. So yeah, I'll start. I like this one. I'll start with using these these two. And I think this one looks more like the one in the middle. And this one would go here. Where would that be? No, this one goes there. Yeah. Because that's something like that. You can see that. You hope it starts itching less when he gets a more full coat on. Yeah. This is getting used to itness. To growing feathers. Yeah, and because he's been plucking for so long, it's also basically his default. And we've tried so many things. We've tried, like, in more desperate times, we tried something called garlic spray. Because they're not supposed to like the taste of garlic, but this idiot absolutely does. So that didn't help. But yeah, what we can do is just give him the anti-inflammatory painkiller stuff in the morning, and then make sure he has like regular baths to clean himself off and get rid of like dust and itchiness, and to soften those pins a bit more, and then help him get rid of those pins in the neck, because he can't reach those, and that's normally when a mate would come in and help out, but he doesn't have a mate, so it's just us. He just want ooh snacks. That wouldn't help. Yeah, he's so this bird is nuts. Okay, like every pet is unique and has a unique personality, but he has some traits that are not considered average. I wanted to say normal, but it's not concerning abnormal behavior. It's just not standard, not the average African grey behavior. Like, for example, he is not just bound to one person. Like, he will like me best for certain things, especially when he's like scared. He'll come to me, and I'm also the person that can do the most with him, that he like tolerates. We have an understanding. But like for certain things, for example, this morning, he decided it was bath time. We had absolutely no say in that. He got fresh water in his cage and he decided it's bath time. But then when I tried to spray him, just with a regular like plant spray, just normal water, but he won't have it when I do it. But then when Sen comes in with the spray, he is excited. He is all over that. He will be like lifting up his wings to make sure he gets all the good spots, and yeah. Also, these are wet wipes, by the way, as I wipe down the table, because I have not had the energy since my last crafty stream, which was making the ears with the wonderful Kupotanis. I had such a good time with him. He's such a sweetheart, honestly. Like, I already knew that, but like, can confirm he's just like on stream. That's also how he is IRL. Love him to pieces. But yeah, I did a lot of socializing in the past week, and socializing costs so much energy for me. Like, it's very exhausting. Love hanging out with people, but it just, you know, there's a price I need to pay, and the price was absolutely worth it. But I'm still recovering. You know, I'm a bit in spoon debt at the moment, so I'm taking it easy. And it's been 2 weeks since I worked on this cosplay, but it's also like I haven't done any crafting apart from the ears with Kupo, because yeah, spoon heavy. And I made a promise to myself that I would only work on something if I had the full energy and commitment to do so. Because on high anxiety days, on low spoon days, there's just certain things that I cannot and I should not do. But yeah, these are feathers. I can do feathers. I know feathers. And I have these from Nikki to guide me. He got a little upset because this is in the cabinet in the living room. And it was standing on display right behind where Nikki was sitting on his perch with Sen. And I took them out and he got offended. So I jokingly said, "Yep, stealing your feathers." It was just an offended squawk. Like the audacity. I'm like, yeah, buddy, it's not like I can glue them back on. He had opinions. Alright, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. There. While my mat dries. Let's see. Let's make some sketches, shall we? How do we want this tail? Were you moving an imposter from his point of view? Oh yeah, that maybe. But that's usually sounds different. He has, and this is no joke, he has a certain sound that he makes that is his version of intruder alert. It's a series of bleeps and whistles, and it's very clear that that is like an alarm sort of sound that he makes. Which he usually makes when the doorbell rings, when we open the door. So every time we get a delivery, there's the intruder alert going. Sometimes he does it when people move past the front of the house, like he can see them through the window. Not as much as he used to. But yeah, no, the intruder alert sounds very different. I think he was just upset that I was leaving the living room without him. And I don't think the feathers had much to do with it, but yeah. So, I looked it up. And essentially, the tail of a jackdaw is more wedge shaped, like this. Although it's probably even more round, like this. So in short, a raven has a tail like this. And a crow or a jackdaw has a tail like this. Doesn't mean that I cannot do whatever the fuck I want, because again, it's loosely based off of a jackdaw, but this is a humanoid creature. Like, it doesn't actually exist. Like, this exists, but what I am creating does not actually exist. Let's see. And I think that we'd need a top section of feathers, depending on the outfit, or whether or not we'd see this part. Because if it's, let's see, very loosely sketching this. Absolutely not anatomically correct, but yeah, I'd have a belt or something on that I would put this tail on, right? And depending on if I would wear a shirt that would cover this part, this would or would not be visible. Hey, Puggle! Thank you for the lurk. But I think I will add this. So that, like... depending how wide I want it to be. I could add this or omit these. I think I'll omit them. And then add a series of these up here. If I omit this part, then I only need this one. Not this one either. So essentially what I need is I think it's, well, that's the difficult part of this one, because he's bitten the tips off of both of these tail feathers. If you can take this as a little example, there is a small tip there, but very, very subtle. I need these. I'd have to look at the size. And then I need a series of these. Essentially, roughly. I think I'll start by measuring how wide I want this to be. Time to find my tailor's tape. Gotta measure my butt. It's unbelievable. My tailor's tape keeps magically disappearing. I used to have like 5 and now I barely have 2 in this room. Let's see if I want it to go from here. You're just gonna have to do your best to imagine this part, chat. So I can describe it to you. What I'm doing is I'm feeling the back on my own back, basically down my spine where my hips start, and see roughly how wide that is, because that's how wide I think I want the base of this tail to be. Because yeah, it's gonna be my costume. I'll be wearing this. And with cosplay, you want it to either be absolutely absurd or look like it might be, you know, it's plausible. That could happen. That could be a thing. If I make you this wide, that works. Yeah. Okay. So I've decided it's gonna be 30 centimeters at the base here. Because this tail is gonna, like, it's gonna fan out. So this part here is obviously gonna be smaller than this. So if this is 30 centimeters. And I want the feathers to be roughly 50 centimeters long. Hold on, I need to stand for this. Okay, so this is 30. This is from basically my waist to my tailbone. Would be 15. Which is not my sitting height, because that would be a lot more, so we're good. Sitting down is going to be a challenge with this cosplay, but we try not to think about it. So the way I want to do this, if roughly, is that the feathers will all be roughly the same length. No, because then I get... fuck it, it doesn't matter. It's easier to do it this way than having to calculate how long each one needs to be. But yeah, if this is 15 and this is 30, and I want this to be 50 roughly, because then that will be just past knee length for me, give or take, because it's not gonna go straight down my leg, but it's gonna go from my hip past my butt, so it'll stick out, but it'll probably be at knee length for me. So, out comes the sketching paper. It's a bit longer than an A4, which is a shame. Let's see. That is 30. There's 15. Where's my triangle? Also my red hook. And I'm not sure what they call this one, but it's another type of tailor's measure. Which I think I'll use because it's completely flat, because this one is made to hook behind something and then measure either right angle, but also, where is it? There it is. Different angle degrees. It's very tiny, but it's there. So might come in handy some other time. Because I realized this one's too small to make like 15 centimeters. No, you stay. And I'm standing up to see what the fuck I'm doing. All right. Nope, somehow got that completely wrong. Well done. That's alright. Cool.
The Enrichment Center is required to
hello?
remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake.
Hello there.
General Kenobi. I mean, hi, Frank. Hi, Sebastian. Welcome in, both of you. I hope you're doing well. I'm currently figuring out how to make a tail. How to make tail feathers. This is basically the base. I'll make out of foam. I think 5mm foam. That I will somehow attach to my belt. I'm not sure. You do like transparency makeup I have on? Can see right through me? Yes. Yes, it's actually all green screened. I'm so glad you noticed. I am there, you just can't see me. It's something I'd like to do. You're laughing out loud. Yeah. Oh god, taking critical roll. Takes by fighter. Attack rolls 2, 3, and 1. Oof. Oof. Swing and a miss. Yeah, I made a sketch of roughly the idea I have for the tail. And I'll be using these to guide me. These are all Nikki feathers I grabbed. The ones that he shot naturally, of course. Over the years that I've had him. Very good ghillie suit. Yes. And that's after a session was rolled loads of 1s and 2s. Oh no. Those are big feathers. Yeah, these are the big ones. Are wing feathers. So up to here. Let me see if I can. There. You see that line here? That is how deep they go into the skin. So this entire part goes into the skin, and then this is the part that sticks out. And these are the wing feathers. These are the ones that carry the weight, that create the aerodynamics that make this creature able to fly, should he have all of them. And then these would go like on top of that. You can see these go in a lot deeper. But yeah, if I would put them on the same level of skin, then you can see how they overlap. I'm not sure these two feathers go together, but it gives you the general idea. Actually, I don't think these two go together by the way they're curved, but yeah. It gives you the general idea of how the layers of feathers are set up. Really cool. And here's the smaller ones. But yeah, those are the wings. I'm currently working on the tail. But it's the same principle, essentially. There we go. that they go roughly this deep into the skin. And they would be stacked like this. So that's the idea I have for the tail here as well. You can see this feather is damaged here. And, well, this part's chipped off. But yeah. I have to be honest, I haven't really been looking for feathers from Nikki for the last year or so. But yeah, what I've collected in feathers from him is from the past 15 years that I've had him. One thing that's always interesting is how they fold and pack the wing on their back. So fold and 2 seconds of wiggling and the wings are just gone. Yeah. Yeah, they actually have little, their wings are essentially, there's a short part. Oh, hold on, let me actually one zoom in and two get the thing right again. There we go, focus. Like this. From their body. So basically God's it goes from here down a bit, then like this. Can you see that? Hold on, let me make that a bit thicker. That's how it's folded in on the body essentially. And this is what it looks like stretched out. And that's how they disappear. The short part will move backwards and forwards and backwards, and that's placed flushed over the body. Yeah. Yeah. And then all of these feathers that stick out here will be essentially doing this here. And that's why you can't really see it. It just neatly folds together. Yeah. So yeah, the idea I have now. Excuse me. The idea I have now is that this will be attached to my belt somehow. Probably make 2 belt loops here so that I can just feed my belt through. Probably more than 2, probably 3 just for security, so that I can loop my belt through. This will be 5mm thick EVA foam, and then I can glue the tail feathers on here. Now the feather. Now this entire mat is like 60 centimeters wide, and I want the feather to be about 50 long. How wide do I want that to be? It has to be in proportion. Let me check. Oh dear, I'm gonna need the big ruler. Haven't used this one in a while. I need to make space. Because like any other artificer, my workshop is a mess. It's how I thrive. Now I could hear, you can't hear it because it was very faint for me. But Nikki just did the intruder alert, which is how I know that my delivery of coffee has arrived. Not the takeaway food kind, the groceries kind. Okay. More space. Ugh. There. Let's mark the length I want. There you go. It's goes right up to here. Here ish. Then how wide do I want this to be? There, now you can see the entire process. I've taken my geometry triangle, which is a flexible one, Always nice. And I've put 15 centimeters. Well, 14 wide. Just to see what this looks like. Wasn't entirely smooth, something was underneath it. Okay. How wide do I want it to be here? This is all me just eyeballing it. Like 4 would be too thin. Yeah, you're not that much thinner. Actually, you don't go in a perfect point here. You're... There could be 4. But then drastically tapering out. I feel like I put this one too far to the back. This feels better. No, this last part won't really be visible anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Tail feather. It's becoming painfully obvious how I cannot draw a straight line for the life of me. I'll cut it out and make it somewhat symmetrical, I guess. Because they're gonna create unique feathers anyway. No, it's already on a cutting mat, so I don't have to wrestle my scissors if I don't want to. Sorry, I could hear my phone buzzing. Unlurk for lunch break. Hi, welcome back, Puggle. What you having for lunch? Rulers are for straight lines. They exist for a reason. Listen. Listen. Don't call me out like that. I have at least 4 different rulers on this table right now. Actually 5, because I can see another one sticking out here. I have this one, I have this one. And I have my chunky boy of 1 meter. Alright? There's no need to call me out. Freehanding this shit. Chicken sandwich, nice. Puggle, do you see my collection of Nikki feathers that I've gathered over the years? From the little feathered menace. Okay. 1 tail feather. Yeah, and even when looking at it from this angle, That looks good enough. So I'll transfer this onto foam soonish. Although, actually, no, I think I'll make a paper prototype. Just to see how these would overlap. Even though the paper is very much determined to curl. Let's try and fix that. There we go. Better. Also, this trick, by the way, with a fold, also works for a sheet of baking paper. If you have the baking paper that usually comes, you know, on a roll, and it'll try to curl back in on itself, just make 2 creases diagonally. Doesn't have to be neat, doesn't have to be like in the middle perfectly, but just 2 creases can stop the baking paper from curling back in on itself. You're welcome. Boop. I have too much shit. Yeet. Okay, I'm gonna need a stronger crease. I can hear Nikki be pretty upsetty. I wonder what's going on. He might just be left alone in the living room and having opinions. He does that. Nothing, just him doing a yell or two. Okay, towards his kibble. I see. I see. Nikki with opinions, inconceivable, right? Right? He does that too, yeah, just yelling at his kibble. He was also very upset when I took the feathers out of the living room. Though it's more likely he was upset that I left without him. Can be here, by the way, Sen, if he's too much for you. Which is understandable, because he's being a loud bird today. Yeah. This works. Yeah. Something like that. I think I'll make 5 for starters. 5 of the big ones. If I have enough foam. That's the question. We'll see. 5 of the big ones and then a couple smaller ones to cover this part. Probably also just 5. Let's see, what do I have in the foam department? Okay. I think this might just be enough for the tail. Just about, or not enough. We'll see. I'll need to order more anyway, because I also want wings. No, okay. You go back to the scraps. Okay, friends, I need to be right back. I'll just be like a minute or two. Don't worry. Hi, I return. Is he telling his food to get him a belly? Oh, he knows how to get the food in his belly. Sometimes he just needs to loudly voice his opinions. You know, as birds do. Oh. He might make more sound because you need to be in the kitchen for a bit. How dare you? Have the audacity to leave him there, alone. You go on adventures then and you're not taking him with you. How dare you? But yeah, no, thanks for the heads up. It doesn't bother me. It's just, you know, something I notice. Alright, I got the part to carry the tail feathers. Enough for the actual feathers. I need to try and fit this on my table. Yeet. Okay. It's curling back in on itself. It's too big, chat. Okay, hold on. Ah! That's just gonna cover the camera. Can I have you rest on the camera without being a menace? Yes, but barely. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Fuck. Imagine being well prepared, chat. I just buried my pens under this massive sheet of craft foam. This is fine. Where is it? And of course now you refuse to stay. Oh, sweet. It's hooked around the cable now. It's light enough to not pull everything with it. Right. There, I'm using a small pair of scissors and a power bank to keep this roughly in place. And just put the camera down on it and we can say we're helping. You are helping, chat. You are. If I zoom out, can you see the whole thing? You might actually be able to. Yeah, see, so this here, this part is curved around the cable of the camera. There. Made the tip a bit more symmetrical. Lamp high. More spoiled by dancing in a cheerleader's outfit with pom-poms. You're all helping. Alright, Chad, it's forbidden pizza cutter time. The miniature version. Oh, no, you need to be sharpened. Alright, I can't find the magnet that goes with this one, but I have another magnet, it's fine. These things are sharp. I think I might just put a new one on for now and sharpen it some other time. Or more than one. Oh, that's why you're oiled. There we go. Yeah, I'll sharpen that later. Because it's quite fun. You put the blade in here and then you basically just roll it across the table. Alright, forbidden pizza cutter, take 2. I never know how much I need to press down on these, but the answer is a little bit more than that. Okay, gotcha. There we go. One feather. This will be the bottom. I'll have to add some metal wire. Take 2 pizza boogaloo? Yes. I'll have to add some metal wire. So it's not as floppy. And to emulate the vein, basically. But yeah. 1 down, 4 to go. And 2. and 3. Okay, so it already looks really cool. Yeah, I think 5 is plenty. If I look at the width of these. But yeah. Percy, hi! Hope you're doing well. I'm making tail feathers. I'm good. I'm good. I'm recovering from this week, which has been, you know, the worldwide emotional whiplash. On top of my own, you know. Yay, you got a doctor to say you got the tism today! Hey, ADHD buddies! Nice. Congrats! I'm so happy for you. I know how much it's helped me. And I hope it helps you a lot too. Even if it's just, you know, to officially have that label and start accepting yourself the way you are. And healing that part, you know? That's fantastic. I'm so happy for you. But yeah, the boy is doing well. I had to betray him this morning and give him his, you know, the treatment that all the cats get, which is the anti-flea and tick and what have you ointment that goes in the back of their neck. He got a treat for being a good boy too, but yeah, no, it was betrayal. It's been a hacking week, huh? Yeah. And, but he was so calm. He's doing so well. I still have not heard him meow. Then again, Sol was also a very timid kitty. Except for when she growls, then there's no denying. But like, Ahsoka has taught Sol that, you know, sometimes you need to yell to get what you want. So yeah, she's definitely, you know, the quiet and timid kitty, not as much anymore as she was. So I'm positive Balthazar will learn to. The kitties are less desperate to try and get into the room now, so I think they're just used to the smell now. And we'll see how he behaves, because sometimes he tries to follow me out of the room, but he's also still very skittish. Like he will come to me and for my voice, and which is why it hurts so much more to have to betray him with the ointment. But he recognizes me. It's so wild. He's been gone for longer than he was alive when he vanished, basically. Because he was barely a year old when he vanished. And now, 5.5 years later, suddenly he's back home. He turns 7 next month. It's just fucking wild. But clearly, I made such an impact on him as a kitten. And he also reacts positively to Sen. Less enthusiastic than to me, but I think that's twofold, because one, Sen is sick right now, so he doesn't really sound like himself, and Sen also smells different, because in the time that Balthazar has been away, Sen's gotten a diabetes diagnosis as well, and that just... We as humans can't smell the difference, at least most of us, but cats can, so I think that's also part of it. But yeah, I found some old pictures of Balthazar, and he looks exactly the same, just a bit bigger, a bit wider. You don't want to raise him after all. We took him away from a very, very bad situation. And I think that's what made the most impact. But yeah. Yeah, it's just wild to have him back. And I'm excited to introduce him to the other cats and the rest of the house again, and because none of the other cats were around when Balti was here, because we didn't get Sol and Mani until Balthazar and Salem had been missing for several months, and we were at the point like, yeah, they're not coming home. Let's see, this is 4, yeah. Oh, it just means that you all are good parents? No. He also got, because we still had Tyr's old food bowl, the ones that only open if the right cat is there, because it reads the chip. For Balti, he's not used to those. So he gets startled. Every time the lid opens or closes, or just, you know, he tries to eat and suddenly his food bowl moves. So what I've done, I've put it in training mode. So it'll slowly start moving bit by bit. So he gets used to the idea of his food bowl opening for him and closing when he leaves. It's a work in progress. He still flees and hides under the bed every time a car drives by, but I don't consider that a bad thing. Yeah, I'm excited to show him to you as well, chat. He'll probably be in the room he's in now for another week and a half. You get to meet him, yeah. Yeah. You get to meet all of them. Percy, we have 4 cats now. Hey, look at that. I made tail feathers. And I have foam left. Enough to make the rest of the tail. And maybe 1 wing? I will need to order more. An appropriate amount. Yeah, 1 per human. I guess the cats will have to make do with 1 servant each now. How will they cope? Okay. Okay, let's see if I can get this in frame. The answer is probably not. Tail. We'll make these look like actual feathers, but tail. A large one too. But then again, I'm a large human. I'll be a large bird. It makes sense. Now, to make these look like feathers. Actually, before I do that, I will want to make the top feathers. Okay, let's see. Because these are based on that one. This one is more round. Way more round. Pretty round, but not round enough. There. There. Perfect. So yeah, I'm using my parrot's feathers as a reference. And then how many of these do I want? That is the question. I think 5 as well is a good amount. I'll make 3 and see what it looks like. Alright. There we go. I'll have a sippy. And more forbidden pizza cutter. Okay, that's 5 feathers. Okay, this is as far as the camera will zoom out. There's obviously more table outside of frame here, but can't show you that. Not without dragging the table towards me, and there honestly is not enough room. So... Now, like I mentioned before, we will be turning these into, like, look more realistic feathers, basically. Look more like realistic feathers. I can English on occasion. Today is not one such occasion. There we go. Base, yeah, the base of the tail. Let's see, maybe a little bit longer. A little bit less fanned out, I think. There. And then these. They all currently curve the wrong way, but that's all right. I'll put them with the wrong side up just to give you the idea. There. Tail. Basic shape is there. Now what I need eventually, like, first off, these need to be shaped into like actual feathers, but what I'll need for paint is some type of, it's not fully iridescent, but it's a type of powder that changes color depending on how the light hits it, and it's on my throne wish list. In case you want to see what I'm talking about, maybe help me out a little, because cosplay is expensive. But then again, everything's expensive nowadays, so please take care of yourself first, like first and foremost. But yeah, it's a pigment that I will be mixing in with the black paint. To give these shimmer. Now, there. So. There. Now, I need to grab my tools. And then I'll need a tool that is slightly sharp, like this one, but not sharp enough to cut all the way through it. Technically, I could use my nails. Or like any of these tools, basically. Nope, this is naturally curving this way, so this will be the top. As I just realized it doesn't really matter, because the white chalk will eventually fade away, since these are also going to get painted and such. Oh, hi Coke! Welcome on in! Let's see, this is a... yeah. Where's my feather? Today was your last working day. Huzzah! Congrats! How does it feel? How does it feel to not have to go back to work there again? Light and breezy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so I need to turn these into feathers. And for that, I'll need to... roughly mark the center. And then add some detail on the edges. Join the other company after you're coming back from your holiday. Nice! Are you going anywhere? We're just gonna catch your breath a little. You're gonna meet some of your friends? Hell yeah! That's awesome. Nice. There. So what I'm doing now is adding a little bit of character. And slowly turning this into a feather. I was thinking about how long I'll be able to stay in the rat race. How do you mean? Stay in a job, it's a long cycle. We'll see. Won't know until you try. It's just one of those things, you know? And also one of those things you can't really control. There we go, it's already starting to look a bit more like a feather. You're 35 still now? I think I'll be able to work till like I'm 60. Yeah, that's another thing that I am. Yeah, I get that. That's something I am worried about for myself, you know? There we go. Feather. You're earning for yourself, you don't have a child permit, plus you still haven't purchased a house. Yeah, that's... Yeah, sounds like you have a lot of things on your mind there, Colk. I don't know if you have someone, like a professional, you could talk to who could help you with all this stuff. Because I can speak from experience that they're pretty good at that, helping you figure those things out. Alright, let's see if I can heat seal this one. And what happens. Something late stage capitalism. Yup. There we go. Feather. Some of the lines seems to be less prominent, but I can fix that. Hello? Butters! Hi! Hey nerd, what were you up to? Ah, more cyberpunk. Nice, nice. Welcome in, friends. In case you don't know me, I'm Finley. Most people call me Finn. My pronouns are they, them, and I am working on a cosplay of my OC, George Jackdaw, a Corvette, and this is part of the tail feathers I'm working on.
The Enrichment Center is required to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn. 41 months. Excuse? Thank you. Holy butts! That's a long ass time. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I can't believe that some of you have liked me enough to have stuck around for this long. In the most positive of ways. Cyberpunked for being a cyber puncher than an analog puncher. Yeah. Yeah. Butters, have you heard the good news? I don't know how much you keep up with the Discord. Like, it's absolutely fine if you don't. But on Monday, our family got reunited with a cat that had been missing for over 5 years. I suddenly got a call and a text saying something about a vet for Balthazar, and I immediately, of course, recognized the name, and I was like, can't be. What the fuck is going on? This cat has been missing for well over 5 years. We thought him long gone, you know? But it turns out he'd been going on adventures, and he has been reunited with us. Yeah, we did. We did. Also, I finally got my passport with my chosen name on the same day, but like that news kind of pales in comparison to getting a cat back after 5.5 years. Like, it's still amazing and worth celebrating, don't get me wrong. It's just, it was a lot to process in one day. Boom, there we go. From this to this. Actual feather. And I think you were sent to me about Bolt's experience like years ago now. Yeah. It's he's been missing for like 5.5 years, and I haven't really spoken about them much, especially not in recent years, because they'd been missing for so many years, like him and his brother, that we, you know, thought we'd never see them again. And now one of them's back home, and it's just wild. Thank you, thank you. Hell yeah, look at this. From this to this. And I'll be doing that for all of them. And then make a nice Corvette tail. Further evidence of Balthazar as a magus? Yes. I've been into off-tangent talk. No, that's that. No worries. No worries. Yeah, no, I have talked about them, just not in recent years. But, you know, you just had your 41-month sub, you absolute mad lad. You've been around for so long. Like, appreciate you. But yes, Balti's a magus. He's such a cuddly boy. He loves to curl up in shrimp mode and get belly rubs. I don't know. When one's dropping the bucket or something, right? Yeah. I hope to have you around for a whole heckin' lot longer than that, with or without sub, by the way. That's, yeah, it's appreciated. Actually, I think I'm gonna heat treat this one first and see what it does, because yeah, the bottom doesn't need treatment because that's not gonna be visible. Okay, so thinking about it, the correct order to do this is to establish the vein, then cut all the thingies, because by the heat treatment the cells will shrink and they will be more prominent. So yes. Assume that's a feather. It is! This is a tail feather, yeah. I'm glad it's obvious enough. I took one of Nikki's feathers as a reference. So, let's see. These are the long tail feathers. It helps to read the stream title. You're a smart boy. It's fine. I miss stream titles most of the time myself. But yeah, to have these. Like this. But yeah, as you can see, this is the only feather I've made so far. Like, turn it into looking more like a feather. But yeah, all of these will get the same treatment as this one. And this will be attached to a belt, and I'll be wearing it as a tail. And a big old tail feather, it's a plan for the cosplay. So, a plan for the cosplay, let me show you. That's a Jackdaw. It's gonna be for my original character called George Jackdaw. And I've been working on the mask for a while. Yeah, these holes will be covered with fur, as you can see right there. But yeah, with a shiny pink tongue. Definitely not cursed. And this mask will get some elastic band as well, that when I'm wearing it and I speak, that, yeah, it'll move like this. The Jackdaw, yeah, this is the tail. This cosplay makes you want to play Assassin's Creed 4? Hold on. I don't see the connection there. Help me out, help me out. You've seen the animatronic eyes, right? They're not done yet, but Black Flag, the ship was called the Jackdaw. Oh, sweet! Didn't know that. Well, this George is not going to be a swashbuckler. George is going to be a bard. Yeah, the eyes. Very proud of that. So yeah. This is the tail, and then I'll also make a small wing to attach to my upper arm, because my hands will have talons, but I want to still show that they're like used to be a wing or something. But yeah, I'll need some pigment to color these. I was working on this one, I think. I don't know. The shininess looks like that way. Yeah. Right. You know, until Yakuza Pirates fulfills the need I have. Oh, right. I heard you talk about that. And yeah, wild. Cannot wait to see you play that, because it's just excellent. Alright, friends, I need to take a quick bio break, so I will be right back with you in a minute or two. It'll be fine. Hi, I return. Majima is a pirate, your time has come. Whitley always thought Jackdaw was colorful bird, but every modification I made to the Assassin's Creed 4 ship is on point. Secret goth. Yeah. I like that they're not fully black, but black and gray. Little black mask or something on. Yeah. I need to refill my hydration, friends. Sippies. Okay. So yeah. As I was saying, I cut these notches in and then heated it. So I think that's the order to do things in. Cut the notches, heat it up so those become more prominent, and then do all the carving. Cool. What? It's always nice to see you confuse each other, friends. Good job. All right, more heat treatment. There. Now these curl back in on themselves. That's cool. The Buddha name comes from South Park, so the whole it's part of the original story, kind of. Oh, that's beautiful. I couldn't remember your name lore, Butters. Would you do us the honor of refreshing my memory and enlightening some of chat, maybe? While I continue to carve this into a feather. I have for a little while, yeah, until it was very clear that that was no longer the kind of humor I enjoyed. Your name, lore. I once bleached your hair and went full idiot at work, so I got given the Butters moniker. When it came to getting a name online, though, it was a bit more difficult because Butters was taken. what I could. Socks have nothing to do with anything. Unless you like feet, then I guess it might. Beautiful. Some rich lore for you, chat. The lore of Mr. Buttersocks. You got your own back though, the guy who named you Butters, he did the nasty with his sister. Oh my god, this is turning into a sitcom, alright. There we go. Second feather done. So just catching up with the rate from half an hour ago. You're absolutely fine. I know. It's fine. I did that yesterday with Zara as well. Come in with her rate like 20 minutes late. Whoops. Whatever you say, Coke. Harry, hi! You're good. Typically between meetings. Stay good. You too, bud! Take care of yourself, alright? Thanks for stopping by, bud. Absolute weird dude. I am terrible with names, but it also feels like the kind of show or whatever that I wouldn't particularly enjoy. Nothing wrong with it, of course, if you do, but like it doesn't feel like my kind of humor, you know? And that's okay. You sad you don't have. You're sad that we don't have more weird shit in the world, like the room. You feel if one of them were even distributed in society, there would be more idiots like who could create masterpieces like the room. Or the room is not a comedy; it's just a bad film that's funny. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't think I've seen that. Right, I need to poke air fryers to plan another movie night in the Discord, clearly. Then you'll probably hate it. Most people do, but it's just so bad it's good. They made a movie about the movie. They what? Huh? If you had the money, you would make a movie like The Room, though it would be a lot better than it. See, the only movie I've ever seen that was so bad it became a comedy was, I think it's called Black Sheep. It was supposed to be a horror movie, but then they ran out of budget halfway through, and it's terrible. It's just terrible. The Disaster Artist is about the making of The Room. What? Okay. But like a lot of people seem to forget that that is the point of art. It's not. It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to be good. Art needs to provoke an emotion. And that can also be disgust or outrage or, you know, it doesn't have to be beautiful. Wait, Black Sheep, New Zealand thing about the murderous sheep? Yes, that's the one. I believe they run out of budget halfway through the movie. And it's so bad that it's funny, and I think they ran with it. I'm not entirely sure what the lore was again, but it's something like that. It's absolutely something like that. Not as bad as Lamageddon or Velocipaster. Have you seen the horror movie about the tire? No. Or the horribly slow murder with the incredibly inefficient weapon? Haji. God, that was also terrible, but I believe that was like a college project or something. It's called Rubber. It's bad. I know, in DD's Discord for a little while we watched terrible movies. It was a good time. Because they're just so bad. And one of them was Velocipaster, which is just wild. Which I also believe was like some kind of college project. And like in the very beginning of a movie, a car explodes, and it literally just says, it has the text on screen of CGI burning car. Instead of an like CGI of burning car, it just has the text that says that. That's the level of bad we're talking here. You need to consider absolute shit Australia and New Zealand come out with, because holy shit, we cannot make a good anything. So what I'm hearing is we need a movie night. And then we just randomly pick some terrible Aussie/Kiwi shit movies. Hear me out. Oh no. I haven't even read the rest, but just, I'm sorry, Puggle. It might be very serious what you type, but I haven't read the rest of it. Just the hear me out is in the middle of the decision to have a terrible Aussie Kiwi movie night is just, okay. You have a theory of people still... There's music and film that were made in the 50s to the 70s. It's not the whole story, but it's because briefly wealth was more equal and it empowered a critical mass of people with their own money that they could afford to experiment with really weird shit that the more conservatively minded corporate class would never think of. Yeah, Butters, I blame Hear Me Out Cake, but Puggle has a really good point there, because it does show that everyone will make art. Every single human being will make art if they have the time and means for it. But because of the way the world is designed currently, time and memes, sure. Arguably, memes are a form of art, but that's a whole different story. No, but people will make art. It's in our nature. It's just that the way that the world is designed at the moment, it is making art is something that costs a lot of money with very little return, so many people don't do it because of the corporate hellscape, late stage capitalism that we're in. You know? But yeah, I think you're absolutely right there, Puggle. Well, you know, the old parody is not so much parody anymore, so yeah, no, I'll get Puggles putting down, picking it up, to be fair. Yeah, absolutely. Making art is one of the quintessential things that makes us humans, even more so than war or violence. But since capitalism values the money the art makes more than the art itself, philosophically speaking, you immediately have a point that capitalism is inherently an inhuman system at its core. That too. That absolutely. There, 3 feathers. Hell yeah. Okay, give me a minute so I can just vibe with some fucked emotional eclipse. There it is. Nikki's on there, can I bring him over? Yeah, Nikki's welcome. Memes have a way of adding to old school folk traditions too, especially with music. Man. I do be making art though. You see a bit of marketing as well, where some people get really nostalgic for old ads made before the 2000s. I think, you think what it comes down to is you had a lot more people just trying things, taking risks, and some of it is unbelievably weird or dumb. But because you have more people trying different things, you increase the chance that one of those people is going to produce something amazing. It's like having more room to fail at stuff. Yeah, having more room to fuck around. People underestimate how important it is to have this space to just fuck around. Like, genuinely. But yeah, it's the conversation we had the other day, Puggle, about how that is also supposed to, like in advertising and marketing and stuff, it's also supposed to provoke something, because that's what sticks, right? That's what people remember. And yeah, feels like people are less inclined to make risks there as well. You'll fuck around and find out works both ways. Hey, I too work both ways. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely not what you meant, of course, but that's not my problem.
Again. Hi.
Yeah, on his perch, please, and thank you. Big floof from the floofer.
Hi, Nick.
Yeah, woo.
Hi.
No, here. Sen says hi, chat. Hot take, late stage capitalism makes things fucking boring. And you qualify that as it wasn't the case in early eras of capitalism. Listen to this absolute tune. You go do your thing, Butters, no worries. And like a few months ago, Lyra, you remember seeing a meme that uses the House of the Rising Sun. Like, most people think of it as a song, maybe, and also it goes back centuries. Some examples going as far back as medieval with a song called The Unfortunate Rake. It got changed on by American folk musicians, of them being black musicians throughout the 18th and 19th centuries. And like, what that meme is essentially doing is adding to literal centuries worth of tradition, even if it's meant to be a joke. Awesome. Medieval England, yeah. That's really interesting.
Hey, Quacken. What's up?
You're stuck with me now, bud. Bio high. Funny shit transcends epochs of human history. Who knew? Oh, hello. You mesmerized by my hands again? He literally is so fucking tired of minimalism. Like, minimalism used to be this cool way of expressing the main aspect of something, boiling it down to its bare essentials, but now it's transformed into corporations being lazy and dimming down logos that no reason to change to begin with. I'm good, Bio. I'm good. I think you saw, because it was, Sen's little gratitude post at the start of the week that we got reunited with, one of our cats that's been missing for well over 5 years. So yeah, I'm good. And I got my my passport with my chosen name on Monday as well. So yeah, it's been a week. It's been a week. You missed that? Yeah, yay, very much. It was so unexpected. Dude, I was essentially I was still in group therapy on Monday. My last one, by the way. I decided I was absolutely fucking done. Not really learning anything new and just dreading having to go, and that was clearly like a sign that it was enough. So I had my last one on Monday, but while I was in group therapy, I had a missed call. Like, I missed a call, and then I got a text from a vet in Belgium that just said something along the lines of vet for Balthazar. And I got confused because, yeah, Balthazar has been missing for like 5.5 years, I'd say. And then, yeah, Son gave him a call because I had to drive to the municipality to pick up my passport and driver's license. And like, yeah, no, they found him in a catch and release program, essentially. To neuter and spay strays, but he'd scanned the chip and checked the international database, and there he was reported missing, but apparently it didn't say how long he'd been missing. But yeah. So how far had he traveled since you last saw him? I haven't really checked out the kilometers, and I can't tell you exactly where, because that would dox me, but I live in the south of the Netherlands, and they found him in the French part of Belgium, so like you can, you know, have a look-see about roughly how far that was. Though I do believe that he was actually stolen from us along with his brother. They went missing at the exact same time. And yeah. They just didn't come home one night, you know? Yeah, no, at least one of the two is back. Fair distance, yeah. Yeah. He recognizes me, yes, Bio. So that's maybe even the wildest thing about the whole experience. He recognizes me, like he reacts to me, my voice, and he trusts me, and just he's such a cuddly boy. Like he's obviously he's anxious and like new environment and new things. Also, he turns 7 next month, so he's an old man. Not like super old, but middle-aged, I guess. Like from 7 on is when they are considered to be a bit older. But yeah, he does. When I picked him up at the vet, he immediately snuggled into my arm and buried his face in my elbow while I held him. Because the vet there just picked him up from under a table and just plopped him in my arms. Bury my face. Yeah, I bet you would. I bet you would. But yeah, no, he's reacting really, really well. I'm guessing I just made a real impact on him because we got him and his brother when they were just kittens, but they were. He took him away from a physically abusive household. Yeah. I think that's as far as I'll go on stream because it can be quite triggering what we encountered. But yeah, we took him away and his brother. And then they lived with us for several months until one day they just didn't come home. Very inappropriate, that. There. The problem with losing the problem, I think I missed an entire conversation, but you've been talking amongst yourselves, which is great. Wait. I just missed the entire thing, and I'm coming back to problem with being the problem client is we lost a big payday, but the management don't seem to worry about it. I hope it all works out. But one less pain in the hoot for you then. Yes, Quaken. I still have your feathers here, Nick. I'm using them for reference. Where are you going?
I can see you. Hello.
You can't see him, chat, so you just have to take my word for it. He's up to shenanigans. You're fine. As an underpaid on-call thing, I am so glad a client is fucked off. These assholes are bane of your existence. Oof. Oof. Well, good riddance then. You once in a sleepy rage told one of the overnight guys to fuck off and let you sleep, and I got in trouble for that? God damn. I mean, yeah. Shit like that is why I'm never doing tech support or customer service again. I don't have the patience. I would absolutely tell someone to fuck off as well. So yeah, you know. Oh, I see the issue, Nick. Yeah. Yeah, I'll turn around your perch in a minute. Someone cleaned his perch, I think, and put the thing backwards, so now he's having trouble stepping up from the chair that his perch is on back on the perch, but he's figuring it out. Look, he called for 60 tickets. 60 tickets is an easy night for these idiots. Christ. Nicky getting angry? No, he's just up to shenanigans. He's not angry. He's just a little shit sometimes, you know? He seems to have figured it out. He doesn't mind it too much that his perch is not turned around correctly. Might just leave it to give him a bit more of a puzzle to figure out. I mean, the other day he was being a little shit when one of my plants, the branches came too close to his perch. And he wasn't eating the leaves, he was just crunching them, like pulling them off and just biting chunks out of them. Not to eat, but just to be a dickhead. The old Nicky Shenan, carry on, go hard. Do you hear that, bud? He's foraging. I'm just happy these translate so well as feathers. Like, it's pretty clear what I'm doing, that's good. Here we go. Hell yeah. These are not even painted. They will be painted too. And then I need to do the same things for these. The longer tail feathers, but yeah. And then spray them. Plasti dip. I'll get more flax bond. And then paint them. Yeah. Alright, let's see if I can do one of these bigger ones for today. You found the box? Yeah. You heard, I'm not sure if it picks up on my microphone, but if you hear crunching noises, it's fine. He has a cardboard box he's allowed to shred. Looking great, really? Can see Nikki going, alright, looking for a big bird that dropped those. Yeah. Thankfully, he doesn't understand. Poor thing. I'm not sure I'll ever introduce him to that cosplay once it's fully completed, because I think he would be terrified at a bird of that size. Like, absolutely terrified. Don't think that's a trauma I want to give him. He would. You're right. Has he been a pirate parrot ever? Yes, he has. Many, many years ago. Before I was a streamer. I've only been a streamer for like 4 years, but like many, many years ago. In the before times, Sen and I helped out at this kid's summer camp type thing, and the theme of that camp was pirates. So Sen dressed up as a pirate and took Nikki with him. Now what the kids didn't know is they had been gathering peanuts and things for the entirety of like the week. And then we were there with Nikki as a like final evening before the parents came to pick them back up. So Sen dressed as a pirate, Nikki on his shoulder. That was the end of the story, and then they needed a key for the treasure or something like that. But only the pirate Sen was only willing to trade the key for a nice treat for his bird. So the thing was, yeah, if you'll accept the treat offered, then, you know, you just give him the key. And then Nikki, that shit, dropped the first 2 nuts straight to the floor, not accepting them. So we were starting to sweat, like, oh shit, the deal was if the bird accepts the snack, because, yeah, then you get the keys. But eventually he accepted a nut and all was well. But yeah, behind the scenes you were like kind of sweating, like, oh shit, what if he's not in the mood for them today? But all was well. I have a picture of it somewhere. Yeah. I don't know if it's like if it was stage fright or just accepting treats from a stranger. But yeah. You know, the feeling that it went well in the end? Yeah, probably a bit of both, probably. You've had that slow oh shit when firing archery, ending up in a tiebreak shootover if both miss is always considered a tie. And just between pair 1-0 could go a while. Like it's all well and good. Both put great arrows in. Nice. Visually impaired one is black blind. At least I didn't see the organizers' faces going paler. Oh dear. You have to explain that one to me, Prue. Is that for people who are visually impaired, or is that a category of archery with like blindfolded or whatever? How does that work? Because I don't know anything about this. Archery adapted for blind athletes. Yes, awesome. And in VR, when we make sure they can't see and blindfold them, they use a side pin on a stand that touches the back of the hand on the bow arm and can aim that way. Ooh, okay. That's really cool. There we go. One long tail feather done. It's awesome to see indeed. Some misses happen, much less than you'd think. That sounds incredible, honestly. Friends, this is where I'm gonna leave it for today. Well, for right now. There's a small chance I'll be back tonight, depending on what the rest of the admin in the ramen cart decides. I might be part of the shenanigans again. We'll see. We'll see. Zoom. Right now I'll find us someone to raid. Let's see. Who's alive? I'm watching myself. Yeah, why not? We haven't said hi to them in a little while. Let's go watch some Welsh noises. Peachy is playing Star Trekker currently. And I want to go say hi, because that's probably where I'll be hanging out after stream as well. Grab some raid text if you wanna. If you haven't followed yet, consider dropping a follow to know when I go live next. Or hop into the Discord, because that's more accurate in knowing when I go live. Not sponsored, let me put that out of frame. It's been there the entire stream, but that's absolutely fine. Right, friends. I'm really proud of what I did today. This is awesome. Yes, it's gonna be so good. I'll see if I have the energy to do the rest of the feathers off stream, but we'll see. Thanks for hanging out with me, friends. And remember, take care of yourselves, take care of your spoons, and I'll see you all around in the realms of Twitch, alright? I love you all. Bye-bye!